camera is not connecting today. I don't know what it is. This is why I decided I'm not paying for this platform anymore. Because every week I have technical difficulties, and it didn't used to be like this. So hey y'all, happy Friday. I hope that you have had an amazing week. And I'm sorry that the video looks like this. Hey Marissa, it's good to see you. Listen, I'm gonna make it work. How about that? Happy Friday to you. I hope that you've had a good week. Is it raining by you? Well, no, because you're up north. No, it's not raining by you. There was a big thunderstorm going on right now. If I wasn't doing this, I'd be sitting in front of a window watching the lightning. You know how you ever see those really cool storms? Okay, but that's not the topic for tonight. Let me get back on track. Okay, so tonight's topic, let me get my notes together. I didn't get off track, started off track. I am good. How are you? Please hopefully the mic is working like it's supposed to. Wow. I'm so sad to realize it was muted through all of it. That was such an amazing intro, and I just realized it was muted. Man, I just shared my whole heart with y'all. I can't. Listen, nope, it's sunny in Nevada. Oh, come on. I love a good storm. Uh, Marissa says, I hope you don't have to drive too far during it. Well, hopefully by the time I leave out of here, the storm will be over. Did I change something? Yes. Oh my gosh. I just realized when I was clicking through things, I must have clicked the mute button, and I was telling y'all all of this goodness. That's okay. I'm gonna go through it again. Hey Naya, good to see you. I'm glad you're here today. As you can see, I'm having all kind of technical difficulties. My real camera won't connect. At least, and then the microphone was just muted, even though I do have the microphone. um, I love it. Marissa said, "It's Marissa." In case you don't know who this lady name is, still no sound. Lord, the intro was popping. I felt your spirit. I'm sorry that happened though. Rashidat just showed how to create peace and we missed it. See, y'all understand my heart. I was like sharing my whole heart and it's gone. But you know what? That's okay. I'm, I was getting my notes. That's what it was. I was trying to get my notes and then I accidentally clicked the button. Let me try it again. Okay. So here's what I was talking about. Today's topic is about how sometimes we can feel like guilt and shame around the space of wanting more out of life because it's like, well, I have so much. I've got a job, even though I don't love it. I've got decent income, even though I wish I had more. Like I have so many. I have so much, and really, I have more than others. And yet, there's still a part of me that knows that I want more. And I remember a part of me also feeling like guilty. Like I knew that I made more than my mother once I got in my corporate job. And yet I was like, this is not enough. Like there's still more to be had. And so I kind of wonder, well, is there something wrong with me? And why? Like, why do I still want more? What is it that I'm searching for? And I really didn't have another word for it other than more for a very long time, a very long, long time. And then I had this realization with Jesus because he and I have a lot of conversations, but it really came down to him being like, it's not about more, it's something else that you want. And it, it was this revelation that it wasn't about wanting more, it was that I needed realignment. And so I think, like, as we think about that word more, it's actually this notification that we have been moving forward and somehow we've gotten 1 degree off track. And now you keep going in that 1 degree off track and you just keep going. And before you know it, you end up somewhere completely different than you planned to go. And it was just 1 degree. But it can make a world of difference. And you don't know it until after you're like on this path. And it's not that you want more, it's that you ended up on a path that didn't take you to where you actually wanted to go. And that's why Jaya is all about realignment. It's all about getting you back on track because it's not that the work that you're doing, um, as far as building this life that you want, it's not that any of that is wrong. It is being directed towards the things that are not actually building you the things that you want. And this journey really helped me learn how to realign and how to help others realign as well. So, yeah, um, that drift is real. And that's what I wanted to talk about today because I don't think any of us are ungrateful for wanting more. I think it's actually a beautiful notification that's saying, hey, you're off track. Let's get you back on track. Let's get you back in alignment. And that's not a bad thing. That's a beautiful recalibration that has changed my whole life. And I know it's changed my clients' life. And I'm excited to continue to help anyone who is willing to allow me to help them recalibrate life as well. So that's what the topic was. I think the first way I said it was better, but hey, we're still here. Okay, so that's what we're talking about. That being said, let me go ahead and put the intro on. Um, okay, let me see. Where's that? And then we'll get started in just a minute. Listen, I think I did leave my cup in the car, but that's okay. Lately I've been running back and forth. I actually don't want to do that too. Let me see if I can hold this camera. This gaming platform. Yeah, we're gonna have to do something else. This ain't good. But you know what? I think it's another option. So it's gonna be all good. Okay. Okay. Marissa said, beautifully said, thank you for repeating it for us. Thank you, Marissa. Thank you for my grace. Because I need the grace. I'm always excited about this conversation, and we're always going to start with celebrating our wins. So start thinking about what wins you want to celebrate. Start sharing in the chat. Thanks for taking a second to like this video. I appreciate y'all, especially as I'm going through all the technical difficulties, but it's about to get better. In the name of Jesus, I know it is. He said, you don't need that platform, get rid of that. So okay, go ahead. Okay. Welcome, y'all. Okay, so let's start with our wins from the week. I love starting with wins from the week because I don't know who else is congratulating me from the week, but I want to be able to congratulate you. So what am I congratulating you for? Tell me so I can share all the love because I love sharing the love and the joy. So drop that in the chat, and while you're working on typing that out, I will um, I will share a couple wins from my week. Okay, so I told y'all I started um, this job, and there was this one incident with one of my coworkers. I was like, I think that I might have rubbed her the wrong way. So I went back to her and I was like, hey, like I would love to talk. I feel like we're like there's distance between us, and I would love to close that gap. She was like, no, there's nothing, there's nothing. I was like, are you sure? She was like, no, it's fine, there's nothing. And I was like, okay. I mean, you can't make anybody change, you can't make anybody connect with you. So I let it be, and I just went back. Like I'm not gonna walk around on eggshells. I'm not gonna over apologize. I'm not gonna take responsibility for nothing. Okay, I'm learning that. It's a part of. It's actually a really huge step of my freedom is to not take on responsibility for other people's emotions. Even when they tell you how they feel, still don't take on responsibility for their emotions. You're responsible for your emotions and how you react or how I react, but I'm not taking on anybody else's. And so yeah, that's how I just went back to moving, and being myself. And then this morning, now let me, granted, this is weeks ago, weeks, like honestly, like 5, 6 weeks ago, that, that I was like, I think something happened, but she's not telling me anything. Well, she finally pulled me over pulled me aside and pulled me over like we were in the car. pulled me aside and was like, "Hey, this is how I've been feeling. I just needed some time to process before I told you, but I really wanted to clear the air." Um, and I was like, "Oh, you know, thank you so much for telling me. I'm sorry you felt that way. That wasn't your intention." She's like, "Well, how did you feel?" And I told her how I felt. And I also was like, also too, there's absolutely no grudges over here. Like, I use my emotions to put her in, and girl, we good. Like, if do you feel like you were able to clear the air like you wanted to? And she was like, yes. And so it was just me and her today, and I did feel the shift. She definitely it shifted, and I was so grateful. Um, it did not shift in the timing that I wanted it to, because I approached her about it honestly a month ago. Um, but it did, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters. So I found I celebrate that as a win, because I think it's so powerful to just say, hey, something is not right, and I'm not going to try to take responsibility to fix it. Like, you have to be responsible for your own emotions. And obviously, I didn't say all of that. I just said, like, there is a safe space here for you to say whatever's on your mind. And then I left it at that and went on about my life, being my joyful, amazing self. And then it comes back around. And we actually made some really good money today at work. Um, and I feel like we're building a really great team. And I am grateful, because the other part of it, I'll make this my second one, is that um, there's been so many leadership um, leadership things that I've had to step into in a different way, being my own business owner, being an entrepreneur, and hiring people, and um, then still working as a contractor, and all of these, like, this, moving into this entrepreneurial sphere. It really does challenge you to elevate your. Look at, there was this amazing piece of content that was like, I was trying to build a business, but instead the business built built me, or something to that nature. And it today was one of those days where I was like, I am seeing how much I've grown and have been built over building this business, even in ways. It's like one of those things that you can't be developed in a way, in a specific way, when you are single, in the same way that you can be developed as when you're in a partnership, marriage, or some kind of partnership. And it's the same thing as being an entrepreneur. You can think you understand what it takes to be an entrepreneur, and then when you get into it, you're like, oh shit, what the hell did I get myself into? It changes everything. So I celebrate it every day. So those are my first two wins. Hey Michelle, it's so good to see you. Listen, forgive my technical difficulties. I told Marissa, we heard, I have been trying to make this stupid software work for months, and I decided I'm not paying for it anymore. It is going, we are adjusting. So forgive my janky looking setup today. Here we go. But it's so good to see you. It's so good to you just popping in. You heading out tonight? You doing something fun? I hope that you have something amazing planned. Are you experiencing the thunderstorm too? Because it's thunderstorming down here in Atlanta. I mean, it was lightning so much. I was like, Lord, should I pull over? But everybody else was dropping, so I was like, it can't be that bad. So I hope you're safe wherever you are, wherever you're going. Hey Megan, welcome. Happy Friday, sis. Good to see you. Always, as always. Yes. So I was just sharing a couple wins, two wins. Well, one win from work, and then one win about me seeing my own growth and personal development. And I would love for y'all to share your wins in the chat so that I can shout them out and celebrate you. Um, and Yeah. Oh, you know what is? Let me tell you my third one. My third one is I went to bed so early. I mean, I passed out. When I say I passed out, I slept good with a T on the end, good. Okay. Um, yeah, it was some of the absolute best sleep I've had in a while, and I like to sleep now. I also have been taking oh, let me tell you, my benefits started, y'all. Listen, your girl got 3 doctor's appointments on Tuesday. Going to all the doctors. I'm going to the hormone replacement doctor. I'm going to the dentist. I'm going to, I think, a PCP as well. All the daggone doctors. So, yes, I got a lot. That's a couple different ways. So, okay. Marissa said that's a big relationship win, especially the part when you didn't overextend. Come on, get it right. It is so important because, especially, I feel it's one of those things that it's one thing to be a woman. We are always taught to overextend as a woman, to always like close the gap for someone else. But as a black woman, it's not even just tied to overextend. It's like mandatory to overextend. And I'm like, I that is part of what burns me out. And heaven and high water, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not I'm not doing it for any reason because for one it doesn't actually help. It really just bogs us down. And I don't want that anymore. I'm taking my freedom in all the different ways. So thank you for celebrating with me, Marissa. And then hooray for an early bedtime, girl. I know y'all know when you get to bed early and you're like, oh, I slept good. Yes, it was that kind of sleep. It was that kind of sleep. And then my birthday's coming, so I made plans to go to Charlotte for my birthday weekend. So I confirmed that today, actually. So yes, I have a lot of good wins. I hope y'all got some good wins. Listen, Michelle said, yes, the benefits. Girl, you know what I'm talking about. Benefits are beautiful. And anybody that said they're not are a lie. Well, they're beautiful when they work. So yes, the benefits, y'all. Yes, the benefits. Okay. I was just trying to see if I could fix the camera, but it's still not working. Okay. All right. So, okay. Marissa said, ooh, yes, to all of the appointments, all of the appointments. So I'm excited. I'm gonna probably be on all kinds of medication and supplements over the next 6 to 9 months. I think it's gonna be probably a year, and that's okay. Um, because listen, bodies don't heal overnight, and they try to make it seem like it when they give us all of those chemicals to put in our body, but it's really just hiding the symptoms. It's not actually healing the body. I would rather take a whole bunch of supplements that are actually going to heal my body than take 1 or 2 pills that are going to invalidate what my body is trying to tell me. That's going to make it, that's going to make my body not be able to speak to me or disconnect me from what it's actually trying to show me. No, I don't want none of that. So, listen, I'm gonna be on all the supplements and all the things. So, I'm excited to share with y'all how that goes and what this doctor talks about and how that goes and getting set up. So, those are my 3 wins for the week. Well, actually, more than 3, but I hope that you all will share some wins in the chat so I can celebrate you as well. Also, too, if you are, I'm in a shift right now. Remember, my schedule is shifting, and um, I've been recalibrating my schedule based on my updated time and energy budget, and I have just been in Jaya. We've been getting back into doing the weekly co-planning session, and y'all. I did it this morning. It's not finished yet because even the planning for it can take a little bit. But I just felt so refreshed and relieved to not feel like I was mentally juggling all the things because I got it all out of my mind. I got it written down in front of me, and it simplified it so much. So if you are missing that opportunity to, you know, do that group planning just for it's just 25 minutes where you set aside 25 minutes to schedule out lesson fun and get all the stuff that's like swimming around in your head, get it out of your head. You can still go back to the replays of the other Freedom Fridays where we did the cook planning together. And then you're also so welcome to join me inside of Jolly with Rashidat, where we do it live too. But no matter what, there's a couple different options to be able to do it. It just reminds me how much I'm so grateful for that practice. And sometimes I get off my own routines. Everybody gets off their routines, but this is how you get back on. Somebody reminds you, something reminds you, and you're like, yes. So just putting that out there. Okay, Michelle said, I stuck with the event scheduled on my personal calendar, so I got a lot of stuff done this week. Listen, I didn't even know if you put that in the chat, and you just said exactly. Come on, girl. Exactly. Yes and amen. Come on, Michelle. Do that. Yes, 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 yes. Congratulations. That is a massive, 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 massive one. Look at me. I'm shaking the laptop. Stomping my feet for you. Get it, boo. I love it. Congratulations. Melissa said, my win. I finally got clarity on my YouTube channel and made my videos public again. It took a year. Hey, girl. Listen, I understand. Sometimes trying to figure out how you're going to do this thing is not for the faint of heart. And I'm so tired of them people um, messaging me talking about I could fix your SEO and make your channel go viral. I'm like, listen, the pace at which my channel is doing what it's doing is absolutely fine. I'm so excited for you, Marissa. So are we allowed to ask? What is the clarity? How are you doing your channel now? We're excited that you made the video public again. Tell us, if you go tell us the details, and if you're not ready to announce the details, that's okay. We understand. But in the excitement of it all, I would love to know. So if you're willing to share, I would love to hear. But congratulations. Listen, two amazing wins, y'all. I get it. I appreciate that. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh my. Okay. While you all are sharing a little bit more information about your wins, or if you're getting things together, um, let's go ahead and start giving out some stickers. Okay. Where's that? Let me share that screen here. Oh, whoop, that's not it. Oh, where is it at? Freedom Fridays. Okay. So, the way Freedom Fridays work is if you have scheduled any time this week, anytime at all, for wrestling fun, where you have said, you know what, I need rest to be my weekend, and I'm not going to give it up. Like, I am going to make time for me, even if it's just 5 minutes, because I know 5 minutes today, I can build from that. It's the start that needed to happen. Sometimes you just got to stop thinking about it, stop trying to figure it out, and just start doing it. Or if you've been a seasoned wrestler and you've been wrestling all the time, it doesn't matter which side you're on. I want to give you a sticker, and I hope that it makes you poke out your chest like you did in kindergarten when you're like, listen, my teacher gave me a sticker. So if you have prioritized rest, drop hashtag STICK in the chat, and I'm going to give you a sticker. I'm going to add you here in this spreadsheet, okay? So that's what we're doing right now, taking a little bit of time to give out some stickers. Okay, now, where's Megan at? Because I need some more stickers for our spreadsheet here. Y'all, we got 2 weeks until my birthday. And I need to let you know, we're not going to do Freedom Fridays on March 20th. I went back and forth about this, um, about if I should do it or not because I love hanging out with you. And um, I'm also going to Charlotte to be with my my humans, and I haven't been able to be with them in a while, and so I want to be really present. And I know that y'all can understand and respect that. So we're not going to do Freedom Fridays on March 20th. That is the day my birthday celebration starts. Um, but we will re- be will resume the week after and be together the week before. So yes, Michelle says sticker boo sticker. Okay, I got you. Let me get you a sticker. Oh, thank you. Where Michelle? Listen, did I say? Did I mix up my Alice? Michelle said sticker, not Marissa. I read Yay Marissa and sticker all at the same time. And then, girl, enjoy your birthday. Thank you. I appreciate that. I think it's going to be good. I'm really excited about it. Um, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I know I'm going to Charlotte. I know I'm going to be with my. I know what I'm going to do. Let me say it that way. The only thing that I really want to do is there is a fine dining um, restaurant in Charlotte that is absolute vegan. Sorry, a vegan fine dining restaurant in Charlotte that is amazing. And I went there last year for my birthday, and I would like to go there again this year. Um, so I know I want to do that. I'm not sure what else I'm gonna do. Ooh, movies would be nice. I'm just picking a sticker today because I wait. Well, you know what? I'm picking it until I see what Megan comes up with, and then I'm gonna switch it. I'm just giving her that. Let me see, strong or no fingerprint. Excuse me. Um, yes, sticker ideas. I love it. Okay, so the flower, the butterfly, the ladybug. Oh, I love it. Okay, the flower. Yes, I think it was this flower. Maybe it was that one because it was darker color. Butterfly, butterfly. Today was one of the girls' birthdays at work, and I sang I sang happy birthday to her, and the other girls were like, "We ain't singing." I was like, "Y'all, it's just a birthday celebration. Come on." But it was funny because you could just hear them rustling in the background, and I was like, "This is a typical us. This is exactly what it needs to be." Ladybug. So it was beautiful today. Beautiful, beautiful day. Ladybug. Okay, good. I love it. So, here we go. Coffee. My hotkeys. We use a PC at work, and I have to relearn the hotkeys. Megan said, "Bring on the spring." Come on, I'm with it. Thank you, Tracy. It's a couple weeks. We can sing next week. And Tracy, hey, I just realized you just got here. Welcome, sis. Good to see you. Yes, Megan said, enjoy your birthday, Rashidat. Thank you. Marissa said, thanks, ladies. The clarity is too much to type. Okay. Well, we hope you do a video telling us all the clarity. And then when you do, you can come and give us the link and we're going to all go watch it. Yes, I'm ready for it. She said, I tried. But basically, just because I hate Google, I don't have to give up on things I created in the past. I can slowly migrate elsewhere. I agree with that. I completely understand that. I've had similar feelings about Facebook and Instagram and Amazon. I haven't used Amazon since they rolled back DEI, but I'm starting to get to that point where I'm like, I might have to cave. Nobody else is actively boycotting it like we're boycotting Target. Target I ain't going to. They do it. At Amazon, Amazon might win. So I get it. I completely get it, Marissa. Thank you. Yes. Enjoy your birthday. Thank you, Marissa. Megan said, even if we're not meeting on the 20th, we can still put a cake for your birthday. Yes, we can. Okay, let's do it. I'm into it. So we'll put the ladybug over here. She'll be for the week after. X here, and then um, cake, cake, cake. Okay, yes, cake. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. And then, Michelle, I need to give you your sticker. I'm sorry, I got distracted reading the comments. I don't want no smoke. I don't want to mess up nobody's stickers. Okay, I got it. Even if we're not meeting. Okay, got it. Tracy said, unfortunately, can't stay too long. Stopping by to say hi, ladies. We're always grateful when you stop by, even if it's not for long. So good to see you. How's L? How's he doing? Yes, I put the ladybug on the 27th. Perfect. I love it. Listen, I don't waste any stickers that you give me, any sticker suggestions that you give me, Megan. I use every single one of them. Oh, also too, y'all, I haven't been watching any TV because I've been listening to so many audiobooks. I think I go through a new audiobook every 4 or 5 days. And Tracy, this last, I just, I listened to crap, the Something Crane. It's by Elizabeth Lim. And there's three books: The Radiant Curse, The White Cranes, or I can't remember the name of the crane's book, but that was the first one I read. So good. And then the Dragon's Promise. Man, it was almost better than watching TV because you know how books are so expressive and descriptive. Y'all, I I needed a break from nonfiction, and this has been the absolute best break. So just sharing that. Just sharing that. Oh, I love it. Some wins. Okay, before I read Megan's wins, if you still need to claim a sticker, let me make sure I didn't miss anybody. If you still need to claim a sticker, I just put it in the chat and I will make sure I go back to it. But I'm going to go back to the other screen. Um, but yes, yes, there we go. Okay. Okay, Megan said, wins 112 days of meditating. What? Listen, you're almost a full quarter. Is that a quarter already? What? That is. Get it, man. You've been going for a whole quarter of a year. That is nothing to listen. That is nothing to sneeze at. I love it. 112 days of meditating. Got to see my cousin May May. Oh, hey May. I love it. And a few other cousins on my dad's side last week. Oh, that's so nice. Talked to my dad for the first time since I was 11. Wow. You've been having a very interesting week. And I talked to him again the other day. That's powerful. Amazing, amazing win. Get it, Megan. What? Thank you so much for sharing. Like, that's a whole vibe. Dang. And yes, I will absolutely put your sticker in. Doing it right now. I'm not going to switch back screens because sometimes that's a pain in the butt, but I got your sticker. It is in here officially. I got you, boo. I got you. Man, that's a good one, Megan. Like, drop that mic. That's, how do you feel now? Like, that just, that's, I remember when I had to, or not had to, I remember when I reconnected with my dad, man, it was one of those surreal moments. It took me a long time to practice that, to even like figure out how I actually felt. So, listen, but that's a huge step to do that. So yes, instant immense that as a win. Absolutely amazing. Amazing. Ooh. And I think that's kind of, yes. I don't know if it connects to today, but I just love it. Right? Marissa said, wow. Okay, go Meg. So glad to hear you're building relationships too, right? Relationships are so much of they're a love hate thing. Like you love the relationships and you hate the bad ones, and yet they're all a part of life. And we could just allow them to make us better, right? And that's so beautiful. Because listen, trying to reconnect with a parent and depending on how they feel, I know my dad, I could tell that he felt guilty or that he was trying to like fix things from not being around. And I'm like, listen, we just need to start our relationship over today with being present in who you and I are today and get to know each other. And it took him a little while. He's eased up, but now he's just like a regular Nigerian dad that tries to marry me off and get me impregnated by some other man, rather than being a dad that felt guilty for not being around. Um, and the regular Nigerian part is fine. That's normal. So I connect to what you're saying and like connecting to a dad after since you were 11. That's a long time. That was really brave and really powerful and really talk about being a connector. Listen, and really allowing yourself to come back to who you are in so many different ways. Absolutely amazing, Meg. So amazing. Um, Michelle said, that's a big win, Meg. Thank you for sharing, right? Thank you so much. Meg said, it was interesting talking to him after so long. I didn't feel mad, just sad on all that we missed out on. But I'm open to seeing what develops now, if anything. That is amazing. And that's the best place to be. Like, you don't have to put any pressure on it. It's like, I don't need you to work for my forgiveness. Like, not that the past is forgiven or forgotten, or let me say that the past might be forgiven, but it's not forgotten, and yet I can still build a beautiful relationship with you and make that even stronger, you know? So, yes. Like I said, thank you for the support and the encouragement, ladies. Yes, girl. You know, we always on your side. We are always on your side. Yes, 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 yes. So glad to hear that. Ah, I love it. I love it. Okay, so we got some stickers. We celebrated some wins. If you still want to claim a sticker, please do. Um, just put hashtag sticker in the chat if you have taken any time for rest and fun this week. If you have wins that you still want to celebrate it, you know I will always receive your wins, even if it's on the comments, or if you want to put them in the chat. Please share. I'm so excited to celebrate you. And then let's go ahead and jump into this topic. Okay. So, um, I guess I also want to ask, like, has has, hmm, let me get my let me speak English. You know what, Michelle? I forgot to do my recap on Chinese New Year. I'm so glad that you asked me. It was a little bit of a womp womp, but not because of Chinese New Year. So I went to get up that morning, and let me tell you, I had all of this planned. Like, y'all know how excited I was to go to Chinese New Year. Also, thank you for reminding me, Michelle. I still mountain. I got a phone call from work, and I was like, why are they calling me? And at first, I didn't want to answer it. So they sent me a text message. And she was like, hey, I don't think you realize this because I know yesterday you told me you were off, but you're actually scheduled for today. And I was like, no, are you kidding me? So I looked at the schedule from work, and evidently I had put it into my calendar wrong. And so I had to go to work. And I live an hour and a half from work, so I had to hurry up and get dressed and get across town. I was supposed to be to work at 9:30. I didn't get there till 11, but it was fine. Like, it wasn't a big deal. My boss didn't even say anything, but I was like, "You gotta be kidding me!" But it was my fault. I think when I put stuff on my calendar, sometimes I'll duplicate it. I remember at one point there was two on that one day, and I think I might have either accidentally deleted it or moved it or something. And so I thought I was off, and I was not off. And so work was work ends at 6:30, and the festival starts at 4, and we were supposed to go, or I was supposed to go on my own because he had to go to work as well. And so I didn't get to go until after work. So I drove up after work, but it was a lot of fun. It was the little bit that I got was nice. Let me tell y'all. Ooh, they had some skewers that were marinated beef and chicken. Bomb, bomb. I was like, I don't, I don't always enjoy eating meat, but I was like, if meat tastes like, if they could make meat taste like this all the time, I would eat it more often. But I don't need to. But it was good. It was so good. And then, y'all, and then I had a bowl of pho. It was like the heavens rained down. It was expensive as hell, but it was delicious. Delicious. And I made it in time to see the parade and to see the laser light show. The laser light show was super cool. They did it with drones, and then like they pretty much used the whole side of Stone Mountain as like a movie screen. And then they had drones in front of it too that did all of these amazing coordinations. I got a little bit of video, but honestly, I was too busy eating my stuff. With stuff in my face. But all of that to say, that was the last weekend for it, so I couldn't really recover. So I got a little bit of Chinese New Year, and it was good. It was cute. Oh, you know what else, Marissa? I thought of you. They didn't give out envelopes, red envelopes with money, but they did. Of course, they didn't. But they did put a red envelope with money on. That was like one of the pictures or things that was uh, light, like on the screen when they did across the mountain or whatever. And it made me think of you, Marissa, because I had never heard about the red envelopes with the money. So absolutely, I think I got like a picture of it, like a blurry picture, because again, I had to put my food down. I was too busy eating the pho, the delicious pho, to get a picture. And then, listen, that pho was so good. I went and had more pho later this week. It was absolutely amazing, delicious. So that's how Chinese New Year was. I would love to plan a trip where I get to go for like go to China or somewhere in Asia for Chinese New Year. I would do some research about like where's the best place to go, or best place meaning like where are locals at, and just get an authentic Chinese New Year celebration because they do that celebration for like 2 weeks. Like they don't play. Like I think that would be a super cool trip to do, super cool experience to do. So yeah. Michelle said, glad you made it for some of it, and we need the red envelopes with the money. Yes, we do. We absolutely do. I'm like, I want to go, and that's another reason why I need to go to the village. I will take my red envelopes, and somebody can teach me what to do, and then I can go take mine and do it too. But yes, it was a really good time for the part that I did get to experience. Instead of, I guess so, I got there at like 7:30, so I had 7:30 to 9 instead of 4 to 9. Um, but at least I got there for the food. That's what that's what I really care about because y'all know we like to eat up in here. So yes, that's how Chinese New Year went. Thank you so much for reminding me. I completely forgot to tell you. Um, and then the guy, we got rid of the guy. I think I told you guys last, or maybe I did or didn't, but I found out that he was a cop, and I was like, oh, that's a yellow flag. It's not a red flag, it's a yellow flag. And then he was going on and on about work, this one got shot, and like it was a level of conversation that I don't even listen to that stuff on the news. But I also just didn't know how to process that or what to do. But that wasn't what made me pull away from him. It was actually that um, he was. I noticed that he was a bit desensitized from probably just all of the things that he's seen being a cop. And that's normal, just not really what I'm looking for. And that's no judgment against him. But he was telling me how he had um, gotten traction on TikTok just posting random funny videos. And he posted a video that had some really dark humor in it that was sexual and made fun of the deaf community. And he couldn't understand why he got banned from TikTok. And as I listened to him, because I was half asleep that night, I was like, you don't understand why you got banned for posting inappropriate content. And I was like, he is clearly desensitized. And so I was trying to decide how I was gonna handle it. So I waited like 2 days, and then I was like, hey, by the way, I know why you got banned from TikTok. Do you like? I wasn't sure if you wanted to know why, like truly wanted to know why you got banned, or if you were just like complaining. I didn't say the word complaining, but I said if you were just blowing smoke. And he's like, no, if you know, like, do tell. And I was like, yes. I was like, it wasn't even actually about the nudity. It was about the fact that you were making fun of the deaf community. Yes, there's plenty of people who post nudie stuff on TikTok, but like people will report you for talking about the deaf community, and if you have as many followers as you have said, like you probably got reported multiple times and they banned you. And so he was like, oh, but I love the deaf community. Like I don't have anything against them. And I was like, I'm thinking to myself, but your content is not saying that. Your content is saying the absolute opposite of that. But again, desensitized. And then he goes on to say, oh, I guess not everybody likes dark humor. And I was like, this is turning into an orange flag, going from a yellow to an orange flag. And then um, I was like, he was like, well, that person should never go to a comedy show. And I was like, wow, that's, if that's the kind of comedy show that you want to go to, you're going to need to go do that with your friend because I'm not into that either. I was like, that person that reported you is not the only person in the world that thinks that what you posted was inappropriate. And I tried to say it in like a light way. Like I didn't say it exactly that way. But yeah, he got offended and I was like, okay, that was exactly what I wanted to know. Like I wanted to see how he was going to react to it, in addition to also clearly seeing that was a this was going south, and that was enough for me to say, nope, I'm good. So yeah, Michelle said, yeah, Mr. Popo had to go. You right. I was like, how do you not recognize that making fun of the deaf community is inappropriate, and especially in a sexual way? Like it was. I'm not gonna repeat it. It was inappropriate. So yes, that is over. Oh well, another day, another dollar. Megan said, dark humor can be okay, but there are limits. And personally, for me, him being a cop could be a red flag. Would be if I listen. It I like to give people the benefit of the doubt, but yeah, once he told me he was a cop, it definitely turned from a green to a yellow flag real quick. Um, and I think there's also because I was thinking about it like for dark humor, I think dark humor needs to be. I think You need to, if that's going to be something you're passionate about, dark humor, I mean, you need to understand that you are going to offend people and not everybody is going to want, you're not everybody's vibe. And if that bothers you, like you can't be a people pleaser and like dark humor. You can't, because you're not pleasing the masses with dark humor. Um, and so like you posting that on TikTok and you're wondering why you got banned, like because you offended someone and they took action. So yeah, that's what that was. Okay, that's all my updates from that. Okay, so this topic about feeling like we're ungrateful for wanting more, and actually, the word for the longest time, y'all remember, my former program was called Meant for More. That was the word for me. I just remember so clearly being like, I know I want more, but I don't know what more is. I don't know what it tangibly looks like. I don't know how to manifest it. I don't know how to make it real because it felt like a pixelated picture in my mind that I couldn't like get the dials right of how to like get it in focus. And it was this process of figuring out how I was going to get it back in focus. But the one thing I knew was I knew that I wanted more. And I just kept telling myself like there's gotta be more than just going to work every day. There's gotta be more than like I had accomplished so many things. I had already been to 15 countries at that point. I had traveled all around the world. I had lived in different cities. Um, I had a great job. I had a thriving career in fashion, and yet I still wanted more. So why? Like, what about what did more even look like, and what did I want? And it was just it was clear, but like I clearly wanted more, and yet I clearly had no idea what more was. I don't know if anybody else relates to that, but that's how I felt. Um, but the one thing I knew for sure was even if I didn't know what more was and what it meant, I was going to go out there and figure it out. I was going to go find it. I wish that I would have shared some of those parts of that journey, like I'm sharing stuff now. I think I have blogs from when I did that trip, but no, I do have blogs from when I did that trip. But like, I wish that I had some of the. Actually, I think I wrote about a lot of it in that blog, so maybe that's that. Maybe I'll think about how I can repurpose that content. But um, what it took me a long time to recognize was that while more was the initial word and the initial feeling that I felt like I needed more of, what I actually needed was realignment. And at the beginning, I described about, and there's this saying like, or it talks about how if you moving the needle just 1 degree, it seems like it's nothing at the beginning. And honestly, a lot of times we don't even notice when our path varies off, or when we vary off our path by just 1 degree, and we keep walking. Especially when we do that in a way that we just keep on to the next one, on to the next one, on to the next one, and we never pause to actually take a step back and periscope in and out to make sure that we're recalibrating. It is so easy to be on to the next one, on to the next one, on to the next one, on to the next one. Wait, how the hell did I get over here? Because we were 1 degree off and we were just moving and moving and moving and moving and moving and not taking a step back to make sure that the direction that we're moving is actually the one that we want to go in. Sometimes the next best thing is not always, if you're this close, like this close to your situation, trying to decide what the next best thing is, you are tunnel vision, you're missing all of the other things around. And sometimes we can incorrectly calculate what the next best thing is because we're so close to the situation. And so that's why a part of JIA, it's also learning that skill to periscope in and out. When you're doing things, you do things based on, I had to step back from what I was doing and I looked at my big vision, and then I decided my next best thing is. I didn't decide my next best thing on the go because that ends me up somewhere else that I don't want to be. So that is the biggest thing. It's not that, I don't think it's anything to be ashamed of. I think the biggest reframe around this is understanding when you want more, it's actually a notification that you need to realign, that you need a recalibration of the steps that you're taking. So, yeah, there's nothing wrong with wanting more. You're absolutely not ungrateful, not even close. Um, and the thing is, we always knew that we weren't ungrateful. We knew that we had gratefulness in us, but we didn't know what the word was. So if I'm not ungrateful, what was it? Now you know that the word is misaligned. When you're feeling that, you are actually misaligned. You're not ungrateful. So yes, and if you are like, oh, I want some help getting realigned, I would love for you, um, DM me. Let's talk about getting you into J with Rashidat. I would love to hear your story, and we could talk about how this can really help you get back into alignment. And as you can tell, it is my lived experience. I'm happy to help you get back on the journey. Okay, makes it. I know what you mean. You feel like you weren't meant for other things, but you don't know what. Oh, you feel like you're meant for other things, but you don't know what because you haven't had the chance to really think about it. Right? We're just so busy taking the next step. And I did last month. I did almost a whole campaign around like stop trying to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. All of that's doing is putting your nervous system on high alert, and it's keeping you from being able to rest. It's keeping you from being able to step back and look at the picture. It's keeping you running a marathon at a sprint pace, which is absolutely obnoxious. Like, stop trying to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Instead, what I want you to do, I want you to learn how to rest so that you have a clear mind, a clear heart that when something actually happens, because also all of the eventualities that you're trying to plan for, they never happen because your mind is making up crazy stuff that never happens, okay? Stop trying to plan for all of that stuff and rest. Just sleep well so that when something does happen, you have the clear mind, the wherewithal, the vision, the direction to make a decision that doesn't take you off of your path and instead propels you forward rather than trying to prepare for eventualities that never happen. That's what I believe. Go sleep. Go fill your cup. Go um, go do some collage journaling. Go do some creative rest. Go do some spiritual rest. Get yourself rested. Yeah. Okay. Megan said realignment. I like that, right? It feels so much more empowering, and it's also because it should be empowering. Like, we're not stuck. We're not stuck. But when the word more will make us feel stuck because it doesn't help bring clarity, where realignment says, oh, I just need to take a step back and I'm going to get a different perspective on this, which is absolutely beautiful. Meg said, for me, not wanting to seem ungrateful for what I prayed for previously has had and kept me in situations I outgrew and have started to make me feel miserable. Listen, exactly. Exactly. I think this is the other thing too about this, Megan. I love it. I love it because I know so many of us are scared to dream, and even when we do dream, we're scared to say it outside, out loud, not outside. We're scared to say it out loud because what if the dream is not as glorious as we thought it was going to be? I don't want to seem ungrateful for praying for this dream, for working my ass off for this dream, and then I get here and I don't like it. Let me tell you, there is so much grace to change your mind. There is so much grace to get more clarity. There's so much grace to do something different. Yes, please, please, please don't put yourself. There's so many of us, there's so many different things trying to put us in a box. One of the things that I love about what we do inside of Jaya with like getting realigned is learning not to put our own selves in a box. Everybody else is going to try to put you in a box. You can't be the one putting yourself in the box. Get out the box, okay? Get out the box. Um, yeah, don't put yourself in that box. I love that so much, Meg. Listen, we're outgrowing situations and we're choosing, I'm not going to allow you to make me feel miserable anymore. Get it, Meg. Get it. And building on that. It's such an amazing step for you. Ooh, yes, 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 yes. I love it so much. Y'all. So that's what we had to say. So good. Thank you for adding that, Meg. As always, if you have any thoughts, I would love to hear your thoughts. It's just one of these things that I continue to ponder on. And I've kind of been using these topics as like almost instead of writing on a blog or doing a Wednesday video, this is like, let's talk about things. I want to talk about the things instead of just making a video. So I love when you guys share and bring thoughts and all of those things when we do this. It always makes me happy. But you know what? We always have these conversations. So you know how that goes on Freedom Friday's happy hour. You know what else needs to be a part of the conversation? Everybody that started putting on the air conditioning here in Georgia. I said, listen, it's not even that warm yet. Can we leave the air off? The air is blowing on nothing right here, right now. Getting cold. I need to have a sweater on. Okay. So yes, that was my thoughts about that topic. Thank you so much for listening. I hope that it was helpful. I hope that it brought some peace and grace to any part of your journey where you might have felt ungrateful, because you're not even remotely close. I hope that now it's been this sign that you've been waiting for that says, no, this is the time where you recalibrate, where you realign, where you take a step back to see the big picture and move forward. And there's so much beauty in that season. So, yes. Um, yes. Megan said, thank you, Rashidat, Michelle. Of course, sis. That's an amazing revelation. We're so glad that you shared it with us. So glad that you shared it with us. Okay, so now it is time to wind down for the weekend, baby. We do this every single week. There are 3 steps that we do to wind down for the weekend. Starting with number one, I want you to take out your devices, your laptop, your phone, your tablet. And don't forget to check your emails too. Listen, I need a whole couple. This is why I need the co-planning session. I'm so glad to be getting back into the rhythm of it because I had gotten down to 12 emails in my email box because during that time I would work on my schedule and then I would clean out emails. Marissa made that amazing suggestion and it was the other thing. I had gotten down to 12 emails. Now, let me tell y'all, I have 369 unread. I don't even know how many are, and then I have 732 in my email box. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. So I'm excited to get that cleaned up. So this first step of winding down for the week, take just a couple minutes, close a couple tabs, maybe delete a couple emails. And if you really want a good bit of time to do that, you want to do it with a timer, head back to one of the Freedom Friday videos from last year and use the audio to do your co-planning session where you close down some windows and delete some emails for 25 minutes, or you could just open the Pomodoro video, whatever works for you. Yeah, and take some time. But today we're just gonna start with a couple. So how many windows am I closing today? Listen, this is going to get closed. So that's 8 windows that are going to close. Okay, I'm not ready to close anything here. And that's, yes, if you're new here and you feel judged because I invited you to close windows, please know you're not being judged. If you don't want to close any windows, that is completely okay. I hope that in the near future you feel safe and ready and able to close a window. And if not, you'll work your way up to it. Just keep joining us every single week. It was, listen, even me, I don't close every window every week, and it's still a good practice. It frees up space in your mind, frees up space in your heart for you to put that energy towards things that are actually important to you. So I'm closing about 12 windows today. I do have quite a bit open, to be honest. I do have some stuff this weekend that I'm like, I gotta sit down and do. So, no judgment to me, no judgment to you. That was step one to winding down for the weekend. I'm gonna wind down some more on Sunday because I'm off on, no, wind down some more on Monday because I'm off Tuesday and Wednesday next week. Yes. Our next step for winding down for the week is to figure out something fun we're gonna do for our time away from work. Um, I don't have anything scheduled. Oh, I know what I'm gonna do. Listen, okay. So not only am I going to my doctor's appointments on my day off, but that's on the side of town that I want to move to. And I recently drove by that viral Atlanta tiny house community, where their tiny houses are all on foundation. I don't want a tiny house on foundation, but I do, I want a tiny house, but I want to go see it. So I passed it. I had gone to one version of it, and I didn't really. I went to the one that had like spots open. I didn't love that. But I found the other one, the original one that like got all the media and press. I said mess, but I put media and press together. I'm gonna go visit that next week and just walk around. So I'm super excited about that. That's my fun thing. The best thing when you're dreaming is to put you in spaces that inspire you and make you feel so close to your dreams. So I'm so excited to do that. That's my fun activity that I'm going to do for my day off. My fun meal that I'm going to eat. I'm actually starting to fast. So I'm fasting my evenings to start because your girl was off track. I thought I was going to like just jump into it. My body was like, no, we're not. We're fighting you. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to start fasting my evening. And then I'm going to fast a little bit longer and I'm going to work my way into it. So um, obviously, I won't like not eat, not yet. Um, but I don't have a whole bunch of plans for a fun meal because I'm trying to like ease off. So still, just because I'm fasting don't mean you have to be fasting. You go ahead and find something fun to eat, okay? If you would like to share in the chat how many windows you closed, I closed my 12. Um, what fun activity you're doing, what fun meal you're having, I would love to know. Inspire us all. We always love new ideas. Michelle said, visiting the tiny home community will be so fun. Going to a nature preserve tomorrow. That sounds super fun too. Where is it at? That's so exciting. Um, I'm like, oh, I want to ask all the questions. I'm excited. That sounds really cool. In Greenville. I'm like, do I know any? I don't know. I don't know where it is. I have to figure out how. This is my other thing I've learned this week. So going back to work, it brings me back to the one thing that I hated about work is um, not feeling like you have enough days off. But you know what? I will take a day off without pay. I don't care. I'm not gonna let y'all get me bogged down in here. So I was thinking all of that because I was like, I need to make it maybe one day. The next time I have a good 3 day weekend, maybe I'll drive up to South Carolina for like a day trip and then drive back because that's not as far as some of the other drives. That's like an hour. That's enough for me to hour and a half. I mean, that's how far I drive to work, so I can definitely do that. Yes, please DM me. I would love to hear more. I would love to. So yeah, Megan said, I don't want to have anything planned for this weekend. Get it, boo. I know that's right. I didn't get my meal kit. I did. I did get my meal kit delivery today, so I'm going to see what I make out of there. That's amazing. Yes, girl. Please tell me. Listen, listen. It's really fun to do the meal kits. Now, I have evolved. I went from doing the meal kits to letting somebody else cook completely. But it's kind of nice on those days when you want something different and the meal kit sends everything and then you eat it and it's delicious. My favorite meal kit box is Blue Apron, y'all. Not only is it delicious, there is a button in the app that you can press and it will send the calorie information to Apple Health so that you can track it. It makes it so much easier to track. I'm telling you, that's the one reason why I wanted to continue to use Blue Apron, just so it made it because it made it so much easier to add. No other, no much. It makes it so much easier to add. Makes it so much easier to track. No other service have I seen ever do that. But I wish every single one of them. The one that I do right now, it says the calories on the top, but I want a barcode so I could just go choo choo and it's done. So listen, I get it. I can't wait to hear what are the meals that you got, how did they taste, how was it cooking it? Because sometimes they're like, oh, I've never tried this technique before. I feel like it brings out a new vibe, which is really, really nice. So, yes, I cannot wait to hear how it goes. It's going to be delicious. That's what I know. It's going to be delicious. Okay, y'all. So, we celebrated our wins from the week. We gave out some stickers. If you did not claim your sticker and you still need to, go ahead and put it in the chat. If you're watching on the replay, you can still claim your sticker. You can still celebrate wins. You can still share your thoughts from the topic. You can still do the wind down. Like all of this is still possible, regardless. So make sure we'd love for you to participate. We'd love to have you. Megan said, I don't mind cooking. I hate shopping. Girl, I like shopping when I'm not trying to make a recipe. Because then I could just pick whatever I want up off the thing and not have to pay that much attention. I love that. You said I hate shopping. So I tried Hungry Root. It's a combo of groceries and prepared meals delivered to your door. Yes, I've actually seen Hungry Root, and it's nice. It's a really good combination. I might have to check that out again. I might have to check that out again because right now I'm trying to figure out. I need. I want to have more fruits and vegetables, but I don't want to go shopping for it either, Megan. So I completely understand. I'm like, who can I get to go do this for me? So yes, yes. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and get through the rest of my drive. I wish that you all have an amazing and happy Friday, a glorious weekend, a restful weekend. I hope that you see that you are always, that you've been so grateful and that there's nothing wrong with asking for alignment or hearing the notification that your body is asking for alignment. And I pray that you get every bit of it. Thanks, Megan. Megan said, have a great week. Have a great week, ladies. See you next week. Absolutely. Ditto. Don't forget, um, March 20th. We're not doing Freedom Fridays, but we are on next week. Yes, next week. We're still on. Because today is the 6th. Next week will be the 14th or the 13th. And then the week after, we won't have it. So I'll see you guys next week. Have a wonderful weekend. Yes, see you then. See you next Friday. You know what? I'm doing all the talking and I didn't put the thing on. That's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down, y'all. Have a good weekend.